This area looked like a desert 4 years ago. At the time, Cape Town faced the most severe drought in its history, and the Tadress Dam was dry. Today, city water stocks are close to their maximum capacity. But behind these mountains, in the city's biggest and poorest township, Khayelitsha, water is still a scarce commodity. Shadrach Mogres is stocking up for the next water cut.
As a daily routine.
He always keeps this 100-litre drum full in case the taps run dry.
It is actually worse. It is worse now because we knew at that time that we're sitting with a problem here, with a water problem. But it is actually worse than that because we do have water and we know that. We do have water, but it happens worse than it happened when there was a drought.
The only water points in settlements here are attached to toilets built by the city. When one goes dry, residents walk until they find the next working one. The township is home to hundreds of thousands of people. Every week their number swells with new arrivals from the countryside, looking for a better life. The city says it's simply too difficult to keep up with the influx.
During the period of COVID-19, at least 70 new illegal informal settlements had been erected across our city in the space of a few months. 70 new illegal informal settlements. And the city then is expected to provide basic services to those settlements, which is difficult to do.
But in-migration is only partly the issue, according to Professor Joe Barnes, a community health expert at the University of Stellenbosch.
Part of that is outside the control of the city, but this has been going on for the last 30 years, and I have actually seen very little forward planning to cope with these people. It seems to me as if they thought if they just leave it alone and let them settle where they were, and it is unpleasant, that they will go back.
South Africa is the world's most unequal country, according to a new World Bank report. Aging infrastructure and an increase in droughts expected over climate change will put a lot of pressure on future water supply in Cape Town. Those who suffer most will be the poor.
Fureira Adamu has lived with her 6 children in this camp for displaced people for 3 years. She found refuge here in southwest Niger's Tillabéri region, close to Burkina Faso and Mali. The 3-border zone between the countries is a hideout for jihadists linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State group. Their attacks in the region have multiplied since 2017, and even more so in recent months.
I left Tingaro to come here to Tadress. It was the insecurity that made us leave our village. I remember the day that the bandits came and killed one of us and left with another. Afterwards, they ordered us to leave the village. Everyone, children, old people and us women, all came here on foot.
Hamadou Ada left everything behind after armed men on motorbikes terrorized the village. But here his luck turned. Ada got a leg up from the International Committee of the Red Cross, which provided him with goats and carts.
I can't even tell you how happy I am. I just want to thank them for all the support. It really changed my life. Before, when I didn't have this cart, I really suffered, to tell you the truth. My feet used to hurt all the time.
In February, Red Cross President Peter Moore visited the Tillabéri region, a priority target area for the organisation. The local population is extremely vulnerable for several reasons.
It is not only conflict that displaces people and causes problems for these communities, but the effect of climate change too. This is evident from all the interviews we have had with people in displaced persons camps, such as this one.
Jihadist violence has forced many Nigerian farmers to abandon their land, but drought has dealt the final blow. According to the UN, Niger could have more than 3.5 million people in food crisis by the middle of the year.
It's a pileup. In the Ruzizi Dam in the very south of Lake Kivu, thousands of bottles, jerry cans and plastic packaging block the power station's turbines. The mountainous terrain and heavy rains here on the border between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda carry in waste from dozens of kilometers away.
All the waste we throw into the lake or the river comes to wash up here, no matter where we throw it.
This is not a new problem. Bunanine Mubalana has been cleaning up on his boat for 13 years. But with the sheer amount of waste, it's an uphill battle.
Every day there is rubbish that I have to clean, and I don't even have the tools to do it. It's a real problem.
And there's even more than meets the eye. Under the surface, the waste reaches down to a depth of 14 meters. At the Ruzizi hydroelectric plant, the largest in the eastern DRC, a turbine broke down in January. Divers tried to tackle the blockage, to no avail.
This is a 6.3 megawatt unit. Out of the total of 30 megawatts we can produce, you understand, that 6.3 is not available.
Due to other malfunctions because of the waste, a total of 20 megawatts is missing from the grid. This means that the electricity supply to the towns of Bukavu and Uvira is restricted. Some are calling for penalties for those who throw their rubbish in the lake. There are also efforts to set up collection of household waste. Nicole Minemene runs a small private waste recovery business in the area.
There are some households that call us to go and collect their plastic waste from their homes. We also do collection campaigns, sometimes in the rivers or on the road, so we make sure that the waste does not reach the lake.
Menemene's company transforms collected rubbish into objects both useful and beautiful. Baskets, flower pots, bins and stools. But with only 10 employees, it's a drop in an ocean of waste. This small company has big dreams, though. One day, it hopes projects like this will cut pollution in Lake Kivu by 90%.